You heard his account. He said he was in those places that he mentioned.
Mr. Otongaran could only have been a spirit to be in more than one place at a time. So the first question is, was he in Zurubim? If he was there, is that his unit? If not so, is he reporting hearsay? If so, what is the proper foundation that he has laid for what he has said? I make bold to say that this is a potpourri, a hodgepodge of hurriedly packaged afterthought that cannot survive critical scrutiny, because he has just told us that he was not in Zurubim. He said he was in Ibiono. So how will a man in Ibiono tell us about what is happening in Zurubim? Why don't you allow the man from Zurubim to come testify directly?
So even if they have their agents there who were reporting
Bring
to them...
the agents, please. This stadium is open.
What are the results from your polling units?
The result from my polling unit, in the governorship election, in my unit, we had 614 for PDP. Except I checked in the House of Assembly, you had, I have to refer to my document because I can't remember the result offhand. You don't expect me to do that. So I can attest and tell you pointedly to the minutest detail of what happened at my unit. And if I'm relying on secondary information, I will first declare the source so that you know the credibility to attach to it or not. Mr. Otongaran is telling us about something he did not see, he did not hear, he couldn't have experienced.
Just as you didn't see all the local council.
But I laid foundation for my own.
But the way you,
I laid foundation for my own.
Gone about it.
I laid foundation for my own.
Mr. Otongaran.
I laid foundation for my own.
I think
where is Mr. Which unit was he? He cannot talk about what happened in Zurubim.
Let's bring him in again.
It is not possible. He should have been here so that
Mr.
I can examine him.
Hello, Mr. Chairman.
All right, could you respond to what he said, how you got the information that you gave us?
Hello, Mr. Chairman.
Go ahead. Could you shut out the noise in the background? It's interfering. We can't make out what you're saying, please.
It's available on video that in Zurubim, my candidate was not allowed to vote. It's on video, and it's available on YouTube. We have even sent copies to channels that my candidate could not vote because election materials were not there. It is also on video that there was widespread violence in Iboro. It is on video that election materials were snatched in many places. We have this on video. So it is, and again, we set up a situation room, and people were filing reports from all over the state to our situation room. So what we are talking about is very elaborately and copiously corroborated with documentary evidence. It is not the issue of Mr. Andem talking about hotspots. Mr. Andem came here to say that he was an NGO and is ending up speaking for PDP. So we need to know what role Mr. Andy is playing talking here, whether he is playing the role of an NGO spokesman or the role of a PDP spokesman. Now, Mr. Andem says election is a process. I agree with him. After voting, we ought to have collation. Collation will take place in the work center. Collation will take place at a local government ward collation center. In Akwa Ibom, collation never took place anywhere. Our agent went round and looked for even one place, except in Oroponluko, in the former Oron region. They could not find any place where collation was taking place.
Yeah, it's if collation did not take place, just a minute, if collation did not take place, how then did the results come through?
Just 1 second. Just 1 second, Mr. Chamberlain. Just 1 second, Mr. Chamberlain. Hello, 1 second, Mr. Chamberlain.
No, I need to find out from you.
Elders of the party to the PDP, to APC, to INEC headquarters in Uyo, to go and find out where collation was taking place that night. Election night is supposed to be a very active night in INEC office. When we went there, that place was in darkness. Nothing was happening.
If you say that there was no collation in those areas you mentioned, how did the results come through?
That is the question that the INEC commissioner in Akwa Ibom. That is the question the INEC commissioner in Akwa Ibom should answer. And that was the question Donny Chebet asked him when we went to INEC office. The video is there. That place.
No, I need to get your...
That means nothing happened. The official that came to receive our petition that night, who introduced himself as the head of ICT, said his boss was not in the office and there were no officials to receive us. There is video. I wish channel could play the video. That the INEC headquarters in the Akwa Ibom that night was in total darkness. And you would expect the INEC head office on election night to be a beehive of activities where people were busy, collecting results to be announced the following day, which was Sunday.
Well, Mr. Otongaran, what do you also have to say about the retired general who Mr. Andem here says that is being arraigned for thumbprinting for your party?
No.
Yes, sir. Yes.
He is being arraigned on Trump charges. Now, I would just summarize what happened to General Akpan. General Akpan, as a retired general, has security guards. And when PDP folks went to his unit to catch away election materials, they were resisted. And General Akpan had to take these materials to protect them from being stolen. At this point, that the state government, having control of the police and other security agencies, arranged for General Akpan to be arrested because he resisted the snatching of election materials in his own unit. Now, maybe why General Akpan was not killed was because he had guard. Those days you have seen in the media were recorded were victims of violence by people who tried to resist the snatching of election materials. This was going on rampantly all over Akwa Ibom.
You have to ask him.
Well, Mr. Andem here alleges that General Akpan is a member of your party and that there was a flag of his party hoisted in his compound until 2 days ago.
No, let me explain something that is happening in Akwa Ibom.
Go ahead.
Listening to you.
No. Let me explain something that is happening in Akwa Ibom. The situation in Akwa Ibom is such that the whole state has been outraged to the extent that across party lines, with Chebet, former Governor Atta, who are not members of the APC, they are members of PDP, have said enough is enough, including General Akpan, who is not a member of APC. These are elders of the state who are worried about the direction the state is being taken by the current government. So they are reacting to an outrage, an official outrage. It's like that manifested in a situation where there is a private army that is foisting a governor-elect on Akwa Ibom people.
All right.
And that you say,
that's what Akpan was doing.
if I may ask you, you say that explains the flag that was hanging on a pole in his compound?
Where is the flag?
That's what I'm asking you. I was saying that Mr. Andem here was alleging that there was a flag of the APC hanging in his...
flag of APC in the Akpan's.
All right, hold on, Mr. Otongaran. Let's get Mr. Andem in. He says there's no such flag.
You see, there is a criminal charge pending. That issue is now sub judice. Secondly, there are exhibits that will be tendered in the course of that prosecution. Time will tell.
So you have a picture of the flag hanging in his compound?
I am not a photographer. I don't have. I have seen it.
You do not have to be a photographer.
I don't have, but I have seen it.
If you made an allegation,
And you ask
I'm
me.
only asking you if
I
you
don't have a picture, but I
Yes.
have seen it because I live in New York. Severally, I've seen it.
You've seen the flag in his compound because you said it was hanging there until 2 days ago.
Exactly.
It was
I
only
maintain
right
that.
and proper to prove your case that you actually did see that flag. by
I
just
have
taking
seen
a
it, so
simple
I'm not
picture.
blind. You only will need a picture as secondary evidence of what I've seen.
All right,
When what I've seen is in doubt.
We have to wind down. Mr. Otongaran, what is the next line of action for your party?
Well, there is an option for us to contest. There is an option for us to contest the outcome of the election in the court of law. And my party would certainly contest the option, would certainly contest the declared results because there were no elections. You cannot declare a result when there were no elections. As Mr. Andem would, confirm, you cannot put something on nothing and expect it to stand.
Thank you very much indeed, Mr. Otongaran. Well, Mr. Andem, he says, well, as far as they are concerned, there was no elections.
Well, he also said that he's going to court. That is a constitutional right to which they are entitled. And no one can stop them from exercising that option. And at the appropriate time, if they so do, the NGO to which I belong will also monitor the court process, at the end of which there must be a judgment, which will be a public document.
All right, we have to thank you, Barrister Andem, spokesperson for Akwa Ibom Amalgamated Political Action Committee, as well as Iboro Otongaran, head of media and publicity of APC campaign organization in Akwa Ibom State. We'll be back in just a moment. We've got another matter on our plate here today. Don't go away.